My heart is feeling really heavy right now for those of you who are currently out of work and wondering where your next paycheck is going to come from. I completely understand the level of stress and fear, uncertainty, and concerns that you have that are really weighing on you right now. But I am feeling very strongly that when you're broke and you're scared, that's when bad decisions happen. And I know that from personal experience. So, this episode is for you if you're in that situation, if anything that I've said so far is resonating with you, with where your current state of mind is, because I want to put some things in perspective for you and also equip you with some things to keep in mind before you make any big decisions over the next couple of weeks. All right, let's dive in. Hi there, it's Melissa Dillon, the host of More Time Loving Mom Life, to let you know that we're putting that show on hold so that we can do our very best here to support you through the coronavirus pandemic shutdown and quarantine period that's happening all over the country right now. No matter where you are in the world, everything that I cover here will support you to thrive while you are quarantined in your home and juggling work to boot with the kids at home. And hopefully, all the things that I cover here will help you through it so that you can thrive and feel less stress and happier with your overall life every day while you guys are at home building a life that you still continue to love. So please tune in and download the guide that accompanies every single episode here at raisingkindness.org or san-diego-gymbus.com. Again, that's raisingkindness.org or san-diego-gymbus.com to get your free guide, The Ultimate Family Survival Plan for the Coronavirus Pandemic. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so I've been racking my brain for a little while on how I was going to open this episode up. I have too many stories of personal experience where I was in a really bad spot financially and I didn't know where my next paycheck was going to come from. I'd say most notably right now that would relate to exactly where you're at would be 3 or 4 times I can think of off the top of my head, periods of my life where I wrote down all the bills that were due, that were coming due, and I didn't have a dollar to my name. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have to come up with $3,000 in 11 days." And that's happened to me more than once. And when that happens, it's I know that pit in your stomach, the panic that can just fill your whole body and make everything feel tight and you feel like you can't breathe and you're bawling your eyes out because you don't know where it's going to come from and you're like I don't know what I'm going to do and feeling very very afraid and feeling desperate and feeling like I've got to come up with anything anywhere that I can get this money. I need to come up with it and there's no question about it. So if this is how you're feeling right now, I know that when you're backed into a corner and opportunities present themselves, you're really tempted to go ahead and seize any opportunity to make money that comes your way. But before you make any decisions, I wanted to put some things in perspective for you to help relieve any of that pressure or stress that you might be feeling right now. So, we're in a very unique situation that may never happen again in our lifetime where countrywide we're on lockdown, physical lockdown due to a pandemic, a health pandemic. I mean, that's just bizarre. It doesn't happen. And because of this, the opportunities are there for you to have bills because the government understands that a lot of us are in the same situation. We're all getting hit hard right now. So there needs to be some stimulus. There's requirements for your landlord. They can't kick you out. The requirements from the banks, they can't foreclose on your house. You don't have any interest payments this month or late fees this month. Everything, the world is on hold for you. And so you have this unique opportunity in this what seems to be a desperate situation where the very first thing you can do to help relieve some of that pressure if you haven't already is call everyone. Call everyone that you can and ask what kind of relief they have available. Most companies by now have that relief package on autopilot. They've got the link to go to. You can go ahead and apply and be done with it. And they're getting back as quickly as they can, because they understand the plight of all of their customers. So with that said, really where you're at right now is you really just have to look at and between now and when the world starts rolling again and we're all back to normalcy, what do you need to handle? Really, all you need to worry about is food, your very basic needs, and everything else can be put off. So I hope that, reminding you of that and knowing that there might be a stimulus package even coming our way to really help, really relieve some of that stress that you're feeling. Um, there are some good things in the works right now that have already been laid out for you to relieve that pressure. Okay, so don't make any decisions about making money just yet outside of just those very basic needs. You don't have to worry about anything else. So your bills that you're used to don't exist right now. So that's good. Um, then that brings me to, how do you know which decisions are the right decisions to make right now? You're everything feels like a right decision. And I know that sometimes your mind is going to convince you that some decisions are that sound, or some opportunities sound very tempting. But any opportunities that are put out there that are going to take time away from your family, are they opportunities where you're going to be paid an hourly wage? I'm bringing this up, for an example of maybe some tempting work at home deals that sound nice, but really they're not they're commission only and you have to grind it out for a little while before any income comes in anyway. That wouldn't be a right solution. That's an example that I can throw out there. Or any time that you have to trade your time for dollars right now until you have enough money to feel like, okay, you can take care of those basic needs. So keeping in mind that this is only temporary, the world that was before all of this happened and the world that you're coming back to, is it going to be the same? Are you going to be getting your job back as soon as your company that you were working for opens up, or as soon as business picks up for you? Or are you permanently out of work? What kind of jobs can you look into? Who can you network with right now that would align with the types of jobs that you're interested in working for? Maybe this was a blessing in disguise that you were let go, that maybe there's another position on the horizon for you that could really open up here. And if you're listening to this and you're still really unclear or you're feeling really foggy minded, something I really recommend, especially if you're still feeling like that, then you need to take care of your body. Go right into your self care, because this is considered a crisis situation for you. And to relieve the trauma from it, you need to take care of your body so that you can consciously think about and put into perspective what the reality is here. So some of the things that I do when I'm in a crisis situation and I'm trying to conserve my energy and I'm noticing I'm really run down and I'm having a hard time thinking clearly, is I pay attention to my body and I rest. So take some rest, take some time away from everything. Don't think about anything, just let it go and eat some good meals. Feed yourself. I know that it's been challenging for a lot of us to keep up with, you know, eating some good basic meals, because we are maybe a little stressed, or we're juggling, work at home or stuff at home while the kids are at home and they're not in school right now. So taking care of your body and your mind, taking some quiet time to yourself, that will really help. I suggest at least 48-hour detox of social media, any news. I mean, we're all stuck at home. We already know that. So there's no real new news that you need to look into right now. Stay away from the social media, away from everything, and just enjoy your family right now. Let go of everything so you can have that detox period, and then revisit this episode, and then also download the guide that I have that's pretty much becoming an ebook now. So go to raisingkindness.org, download the second edition of the coronavirus ultimate family plan, and go through your brain dump. So go through the first steps of what's outlined in that plan, because in that brain dump, you'll be able to reveal some things once you've had enough rest and you're thinking more clearly. And you're even welcome to do a brain dump now and then take a break from it, relax, take a couple days, and then revisit and do another brain dump and see if there's a comparison. Also, another exercise that you can do to bring about some positivity in your mindset right now is write down all the things that you are grateful for. So there was something that was pretty cool, a worksheet that I saw on Facebook where someone recommended writing down 100 things that you're grateful for. That's a lot. So that's really wringing out your brain to find all the things that you're grateful for. And by the end of that sheet, I bet you'll feel a lot better. You'll realize, oh, I have so many things that I should be appreciating right now instead of worrying so much about all of this. Because again, when you're broken, scared, that's when you make bad decisions. So we need to pull you out of that fear. The reality of where your money stands right now is the reality. That is where it is. But you will only pull yourself out of it by pulling away from the fear and into gratitude, into appreciation for what you do have, so that you can uh, appreciate the present, appreciate exactly where you are right now, and then press forward with moving you into an immediate future that feels a whole lot brighter. And finally, if you're being presented with some opportunities to make some money, or you're really in that situation where you're like, I just need to figure out some quick solutions online to make some money. I wanted to address this real quick because that's where a lot of people are making their money, is virtually now. That's really the only way we can do business. So, in your brain dump, while you're doing that and you're going through the steps in the Ultimate Family Plan, then really think about some things that you would love to do to make some money. Think about the things that people could really use right now from you, from your gifts. What is the one thing that you can do to contribute to the community right now that could really help others, that you could also get paid for? And then what you can do is go to one of my past episodes, actually. I'll put the link in the show notes. It's one about going from 0 to 60,000 fast in your business when you launch it. So the things that are in there are about really grinding out the very basic things to start a business and make some money quickly. So go through those steps, with the exception of you can't grind it out with going door to door and finding business. But what you can do right now is make some phone calls. So you can call around, you can reach out to your LinkedIn network or your email network. Go go through. Now I'm going to start rambling a little bit here because I think this is going to be helpful. Is write down some important people in your life that you really value. You value their opinion, and also who you feel like you have a strong relationship with, at the point where now would be a nice time to maybe put the word out there that you're looking for some work. So, and these aren't people that are random that you haven't talked to in a while, though actually maybe right now would be a good time. Normally you wouldn't do this where you would reach out to people randomly asking for favors, but right now we're all coming together as a community. So everyone is trying to help, especially if they're in a situation to help. People are more than willing, especially if they're in a good place themselves, to make it hurt for themselves a little bit to help others, especially in this time of need. So, so come up with, in your brain dump, just list out all those people that you think are really special and important, who love you. There are probably a lot of people out there who care about you and could really use your help right now. Some of the services that you have to offer. So think about those people and call them first. That'll be great low hanging fruit for you. So that would be my next point, is to think about what the low hanging fruit is that you enjoy doing, and that's totally in your wheelhouse. So right now, more than ever, you want to stay within your wheelhouse of your expertise, your profession, your passions, what you enjoy doing with your time. Okay? So what you enjoy providing for a service that you can get as a service that you can get paid for, that is within your wheelhouse. Don't deviate from that right now, because that's when you start to run into a territory of the unknowns, and the unknowns are just going to breed more fear in the situation right now. So stay away from the unknowns, stick to the known, and just grind it out there. And I promise that over the next week or two, you're going to start feeling a lot better. And anytime that you feel down and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling those broke, afraid feelings again, listen to this episode again. Listen to it as many times as you need. Go through the steps and download the Ultimate Family Plan. Go through those steps and use some of the resources on there. I also included resources that'll introduce you to meditation and self-care, exercise, because exercise will give you that extra boost of energy, those extra endorphins, the feel-good feelings that you really need right now. And if you come together and express your concerns to your family also, then you can trust in them to lift you up, and you guys are all in this together. So don't bottle things up if you're battling this alone and you have your family at home with you. I know sometimes we want to hide things and sound and feel strong, but we need to lean on our partners for some strength sometimes too. Okay, so don't forget to do that. Lean on each other and give each other the space with the lockdown too to have some of that self-care, self-love time. You deserve that time, and I know us mothers can get into the mode of being the primary nurturer and caregiver for our children, but you need that space too. You deserve that space just as much as dad does. So you guys need to share in that, and he may not even realize that it's happening, that you're spending most of the time with the kids. And I know all of us do it. So many of us get in that trap because we're maternal, we're moms and we're nurturers, and that's what we want to do. But you have to take care of yourself too. And eventually that will also help to bring about some positive emotions, the positive emotions that you really need, that you're going to pull you out of that scarcity mindset and the fears that you're feeling. Okay. So please don't hesitate to put in your comments on raisingkindness.org. The community is open. The community is a very temporary platform right now. It's simply comments, open forum for us to communicate together. But I want to hear your questions. What things have I not answered here that you were really hoping to get out of this episode? Because I'll do a follow-up episodes, as many as I need to do to pull you out of any negative feelings that you're feeling, because this is all temporary. This will pass. And everything's going to feel so much better so soon before you know it. I promise. So please put your comments and your questions at raisingkindness.org in the comments section so that I can get back to you and support you, to pull you through and support you, hold your hand, and you're going to feel so much better. I know it, so soon. All right, well, take care of yourself. I truly appreciate your time and for you listening. I hope this was uplifting, and I look forward to talking with you next time.